Have you ever wondered if the person you see in the mirror is really who you are? Every day, we identify with our faces, bodies, and emotions. But what if all of that was just a surface layer? What if there's something far greater and deeper beyond what we can see? What lies beyond this skin, beyond these thoughts you call me? From the time we're born, we're taught that our bodies define us. We think that our physical form, our feelings, and even our thoughts make up who we are. But this way of thinking is limited. It ties our consciousness to something temporary, when in truth, we are much more than what we can see or touch. As real as it seems, the body is just a vehicle, a tool we use during our brief journey here. The real you, the one who observes, feels, and knows, is something that never ages and never fades. This true self, often called the soul, is an immortal essence that exists beyond time and space. But what would happen if, for just a moment, you stopped identifying with your physical body? What would remain? Imagine that your body is like clothing, something you put on at birth and will eventually take off. You are not the clothing you wear, just as you are not the body you inhabit. When you start questioning this reality, you open the door to realize that the life you're experiencing is only a fraction of who you truly are. The body is temporary, bound by the rules of time and space, but you, the real you, are not. You are the consciousness behind it all. And if you truly understand this, it can transform your life in an irreversible way. Today, we're going to dive into a profound concept. The idea that you are not what you seem to be. Beyond the body and mind, we know there's an eternal, multidimensional essence that has always been at the core of your true self. Today's journey is a bit different, so I hope you're open-minded as we explore this idea. Afterward, if you feel comfortable, share your thoughts in the comments. We'll unravel what it really means to be a soul, how this understanding can transform your life, and how the body, mind, and reality you live in are just parts of a much deeper, eternal experience. In our daily lives, it's easy to get caught up in the illusion that we are only our bodies. Every sensation, every pain, every emotion seems to reinforce the idea that this is who I am. But when we look closer, we begin to see that the body, while tangible and familiar, is just a tool, a temporary vehicle the soul uses to interact with the physical world. Just as a traveler needs a ship to cross the ocean, the soul uses the body to navigate earthly life. But why do we identify so strongly with this temporary vessel? From the start, we are taught to connect with the body as if it's our only reality. We feel hunger, cold, pain, and pleasure, all of which reinforce the idea that we are just this body. Emotions, thoughts, and physical sensations shape the perception of who we believe we are. The body is the interface we use to experience the world, but that's all it is, an interface. On a spiritual journey, understanding that the body is temporary is crucial to breaking free from this limited identification. The body is designed to help us experience life in the material world, offering the soul opportunities to grow and evolve. But when we cling only to the identity of the body, we miss the chance to connect with our true essence. Identifying with the body, thoughts, and emotions clouds our vision of the soul, keeping us stuck in a narrow view of ourselves. Think of the body as clothing that you wear and change throughout many lifetimes. Allows you to live and experience the physical, but just like clothes, it ages, wears out, and eventually needs to be set aside. Each time the soul incarnates in a new body, it's another chance to learn and grow. However, the soul itself does not change. It is eternal and unchanging, while the body is just a temporary tool for one phase of existence. We cling to the body and mind because they are tangible, and the rational mind finds comfort in what it can see, touch, and understand. Thoughts, emotions, and sensations intertwine, creating a series of experiences that feel very real. We say, I am sad or I am happy, because we identify with the body and its reactions. But what are sadness or anger if not temporary states of a temporary vessel? Just as the body is an instrument, emotions and thoughts are like passengers on this journey. They come and go, but the consciousness that observes them remains constant. The challenge in our spiritual journey is to recognize that identifying with the body can limit us. When we believe we are only this physical form, we restrict our perception of reality. We become trapped in a material existence, unable to see beyond what our senses tell us. This keeps us from realizing our true nature as eternal beings having a temporary experience. We need to shift our perspective. By understanding that we are not limited to our bodies, we open ourselves to the truth that we are far more than our physical experiences. The body is a tool that allows the soul to interact with the material world, but it's not who we truly are. When we understand this, we begin to see that life is much bigger and deeper than we ever imagined. So if you feel called to explore this idea further, stay with me. Let's dig into what it means to be a soul beyond the body and how this understanding can completely transform how you see yourself and the world around you. Understanding that the body is just a vehicle changes the way we approach life. Instead of being caught up in worries about our appearance, physical limitations, or challenges, we start to see life as an opportunity for the soul to grow and expand. The body becomes a tool that helps us navigate and experience the physical world, but it's not the ultimate reality. It's just a means to something much greater. As we move forward in our journey, we realize that our true self isn't what we experience through our senses. It's something much deeper. It's the part of us that silently observes everything, the changes, the emotions, and the experiences that the body brings. Once we detach from the idea that we are only our bodies, a powerful question naturally arises. If I am not the body, then who am I? The answer lies in the essence of your true nature. You are the soul, a pure consciousness and eternal presence without limits. In other words, while the body is temporary, the soul is infinite. The soul, in its purest form, is a field of consciousness that has no shape, age, or boundaries. It simply is. Spiritual traditions around the world have spoken about this for thousands of years. In ancient Egypt, for example, the soul, or Ka, was seen as the vital principle that transcended physical death and continued its journey in the afterlife. In Hinduism, the concept of Atman describes the soul as the true self, an eternal essence beyond matter and mind that is directly connected to the universe. The Atman is like a drop of water in the vast ocean of existence, part of the whole, yet containing the whole within itself. Similarly, Buddhism speaks of reaching enlightenment, where the ego dissolves and pure consciousness is experienced without the limitations of the mind and body. These traditions, among many others, remind us that the soul exists beyond time and space. When we talk about pure consciousness, we're referring to the part of you that is always present but often overlooked amid the whirlwind of thoughts, emotions, and sensory input. Think about it. Have you ever noticed yourself observing your own thoughts or reflecting on an emotion you're feeling? The you that does the observing is pure consciousness. It's the awareness behind every thought, every emotion, and every change in your physical body. But it doesn't identify with any of them. Remains unchanged even as your body, mind, and the world around you constantly change. To truly expand our understanding of life, it's essential to recognize ourselves as this soul, this pure consciousness. As long as we see ourselves as only a body, our experience is limited by the fear of death and the struggles of the material world. But when we recognize ourselves as a soul, we begin to experience the freedom of knowing that we are not bound by physical limitations. Time and space no longer confine us when we realize that the essence of who we are cannot be contained. No matter how many years pass or how many lifetimes we live, the soul remains unchanging, eternal, and limitless. This shift in perspective transforms life from within. When you begin to see yourself as pure consciousness, what once felt like a problem becomes just a temporary experience. The worries of the world lose their weight because you understand they are part of a temporary journey your soul has chosen to experience. The soul is here to observe and experience, but isn't bound by any of it. By connecting with this limitless nature, you open yourself to new ways of living based on inner peace, clarity, and the understanding that you are far more than what you see in the mirror. Recognizing that you are a soul, not just a body, is the first step toward true freedom. When you understand that you are not confined by the limits of the body, mind, or circumstances, you begin to live from a state of expanded consciousness where anything is possible. You start to operate from your true nature, unlimited, immortal, and eternal. What we call life and death are simply temporary states. The soul is never born, and it never dies. It just moves between different forms of existence. This understanding brings a deep sense of peace because it assures us that our essence will never disappear or be destroyed. It only changes form. When we grasp that the soul is eternal, another question arises. If the soul is immortal, what does it do between transitions, between one life and another? This takes us to the ancient concept of reincarnation, a profound idea that explains the soul's journey. Reincarnation shows that the life we live now is just one chapter in a much larger story that goes beyond what we can see or remember. Reincarnation isn't simply about repeating cycles of birth and death. It's a path of growth and evolution for the soul. Each life provides the soul with different lessons and experiences, allowing it to evolve and expand its consciousness. Every lifetime is an opportunity for learning, another chance for the soul to develop wisdom, love, and understanding. Understanding this perspective, we see that life is not random. The experiences we go through, whether challenging or joyful, are opportunities for the soul to grow and deepen its understanding of existence. Each life brings its own set of lessons, and every soul has its unique journey. By recognizing the body as a temporary vehicle and the soul as the eternal driver, we gain the freedom to live life with a new perspective, one that's rooted in the awareness of our true, limitless nature. This understanding not only transforms how we live, but also reshapes how we approach everything, from relationships to challenges and beyond. When we know that we are much more than what we see, we begin to live with more purpose, more peace, and an unshakable sense of who we truly are. Many believe that the body is actually the vehicle through which the soul evolves and transforms. With each new life, the soul gains new experiences, faces unique challenges, and has the opportunity to learn deep lessons. In every incarnation, the soul encounters situations that help it grow, expand its wisdom, and gain a deeper understanding of reality. But why does the soul go through so many lives? The answer lies in the challenges that each incarnation brings. Physical life offers a rich environment for spiritual growth because it is full of contrasts: joy and sorrow, light and darkness, success and failure. These contrasts are exactly what drive the soul's evolution. Just like a muscle needs resistance to grow stronger, the soul needs the challenges of physical life to develop wisdom, build compassion, and strengthen its essence. In one life, the soul may be learning patience. In another, it might be about forgiveness, and in some lives, it may simply be experiencing the beauty of inner peace. Everything that happens in life, from the greatest joys to the deepest sorrows, has a purpose in the soul's evolution. Every encounter and every experience is an opportunity to grow and gain wisdom. Often, the most painful challenges lead to the greatest leaps in consciousness. The journey of growth is like an upward spiral. When the soul incarnates, it carries with it the wisdom gained from past lives. While we might not consciously remember these past lives, the essence of what was learned is deeply imprinted in the spirit. On a subconscious level, this wisdom influences our decisions, tendencies, and reactions in our current life. In this way, past experiences shape how we live and learn now. Spiritual traditions worldwide teach about this cycle of reincarnation and its role in spiritual growth. Hinduism speaks of samsara, the continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. In Buddhism, this concept is similar but highlights the role of karma, the actions and intentions that shape future lives. Other traditions suggest that each reincarnation is an opportunity for atonement and growth, where souls return to correct past mistakes and develop virtues they still need. These traditions agree on one fundamental point: the life we are living now is neither our first nor our last. The soul keeps returning, life after life, until it reaches a state of full spiritual realization. Each incarnation is a new chapter in an endless journey, and in every life, new challenges arise, offering the soul the chance to learn, grow, and evolve. What's fascinating is that while each life is different, the common thread connecting them all is spiritual learning. Our lives are not random. They are carefully planned by the soul, which chooses the circumstances and challenges it will face based on the lessons it needs to learn. Before being born, the soul is aware of the experiences it will face, and although these challenges might seem unbearable when we are in the midst of them, they were chosen to help us evolve and grow toward deeper wisdom. This cycle of successive lives is not something to fear, but to embrace. When we understand that each life is an opportunity for growth, we begin to see challenges differently. Life's difficulties become easier to bear when we understand that they are part of a much bigger journey, a journey of the soul's evolution. In this journey, every obstacle strengthens us, every loss teaches us, and every victory brings us closer to spiritual fulfillment. As this evolution unfolds, the soul becomes more aware of its true, limitless nature and its place in the universe. There is deep wisdom in recognizing that challenges are not obstacles on the spiritual path, but are the path itself. When you face loss, failure, or illness, your initial reaction may be pain or resistance. But when you view these moments through the lens of spiritual growth, you begin to see that behind the pain lies an invitation for deeper understanding and growth. The soul is being called to expand, to develop patience, compassion, and resilience, qualities that can only be truly cultivated through adversity. Think about your most difficult moments. How many times have you emerged from chaos stronger, wiser, and with a clearer understanding of life? These moments force us to go beyond the surface, beyond the automatic reactions of the body and mind, and dive into the depths of our soul, where we find our true strength. Life is a continuous cycle, moving between highs and lows. While we can't escape this natural rhythm, we can learn to navigate it wisely. As we learn to face challenges with this perspective, the soul grows and evolves. Challenges cease to be seen as enemies and instead become allies in the process of spiritual awakening. Another important point is that challenges not only strengthen the soul but also deepen our connection to the universal life energy. This energy, present in all creation, nourishes and sustains the soul throughout its journey. When we face difficult moments, the intensity of the experience can open doors for us to connect more deeply with this life force. When you go through pain or hardship, it can awaken you to a higher reality, a chance to connect with the energy that flows through everything. By embracing these moments, we can draw on this powerful force to guide us through. Challenges often break down the barriers that separate us from the vital energy within, allowing it to flow freely through us. Taoism, for instance, teaches that the balance between yin and yang, the opposing forces of life, is what creates harmony and growth. Without darkness, we wouldn't appreciate the light, and without challenges, the vital force that drives our soul wouldn't have the chance to expand. This is necessary for progress. When we accept that challenges are part of our journey, we become more aware of our own evolution. With each obstacle we overcome, the soul not only gains strength but also a clearer sense of its purpose. Suffering teaches us empathy, loss teaches us detachment, and uncertainty teaches us trust. These lessons, which only challenges can provide, bring us closer to the truth of who we are. So instead of fearing difficulties, try embracing them as an essential part of your journey. By overcoming each challenge, you strengthen your connection with your soul and the universe. The soul operates on multiple levels of reality. Unlike the body, which is confined by space and time, the soul transcends these limits. It inhabits both the physical plane and spiritual realms simultaneously. This multidimensional nature means that while we live our daily lives, parts of our essence are connected to realities beyond what our physical senses can perceive. It shows that our experience on Earth is only a small part of who we truly are. The soul's consciousness extends to other levels, connecting us to a spiritual reality that shapes and influences our being. When we understand this concept, we gain a deeper perspective of who we are and what is possible on our journey of self-discovery. Knowing that we are multidimensional souls is only the beginning. The real challenge is living with this awareness daily. When we start seeing ourselves as immortal souls, not just temporary bodies, our perception of life changes drastically. On this path, spiritual practices like meditation and mindfulness become essential. They help us connect with our true essence, quiet the mind, and silence the distractions of the body. Life in the present moment transforms into a space of endless possibilities. Each moment takes on new meaning, and we begin to understand that true power lies in our ability to observe, choose, and act from the stillness of the soul, not from the chaos of the body. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to the channel. Share this video so others can benefit from these insights. And don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. Thanks for watching, and I hope to connect with you again soon. Take care and see you in the next video.